Hey, it's Catherine. In the past week, I've been using the Color Burst by Ken Oliver. They are basically a powder watercolor, and today I'm using the same type of medium, but it's by a different company. It's called Bister, and they come in these little pots like this, and the powder is right inside here. They work in very much the same way, just delivery is a little bit different. So I'm going to do a fun stenciling technique and probably throw in a little creative medium in there too. So let's get started. So I've been stamping without you, and the first one that I made is here, and I use this really cool stencil, and I actually am going to do another card just like this for Stamp Nation once I'm finished with this video, and I'll show you how I did this. But basically I just put the stencil on top, did my colors, and then heated it, and this is the resulting look. Pretty cool, right? And now this one here was inspired by a card on Isha's blog, who's a Dream Team member. And if you hop over to my blog, I'll link to her card so you can see it also. But I'm going to show you how to do this background here, this wood grain. It looks really cool, doesn't it? So the first thing we're going to do is start with, this is a 3 1/4 by 4.5 inch piece of cardstock. And I have the Bister Powders here. One thing that you're going to see that's different about them is the bottle. So this is the Color Burst and this is the Bister. The first thing I tried to do was just kind of scoop it out of here and like use a toothpick or like a little palette knife and kind of tap it onto my paper, and it worked okay. I didn't love it, so I ended up poking holes in the top. So to do that, I have a paper piercing tool, and you're just going to stick it right through. That hole is pretty small, so you got to kind of widen it a little bit so that the powder can come through, and then you can use it just like this to sprinkle it on. And then if you have some painter's tape or washi tape on hand, just take a little piece and cover up that hole when you're not using it. How about that? Pretty easy, right? All right, so let's see how this works. I'm going to wet my watercolor paper. Looks like I have some remnant powder on my paper here. And then we're just going to tap it on. And the blue here, you can see this works very much like the Bister powder. Just the colors are different. These are very earthy colors, and the Color Bursts are very much more primary colors. So if you're an earth tone kind of gal, you're gonna love these Bister powders. I'll add a little more water. Now for the background that I'm doing, I want this color to be spread around a little more. And I'll just dry it, and then we'll move on to the next step. That looks really cool, doesn't it? So this is great for masculine cards. Father's Day's coming up. So maybe I can keep my girly touch off of this one and make a card for my dad. Now while I'm stenciling, I want this to lay down fairly flat, so I added adhesive to the back and it'll just stick to my craft sheet. Then we'll add the stencil right on top and secure it down with painter's tape. Now I've got this really cool metallic creative medium from Imagine Crafts, and it's very similar to the translucent embossing paste. It's very gel-like, not quite like embossing paste, because embossing paste is thicker and more like frosting, and this is a little bit more gel-like, and it has this really gorgeous metallic sheen to it. This is bronze. They also have gold and silver, and it adds a really cool touch to your projects. So I'm just going to spread this all over my stencil, and then we'll peel it up, let it dry. I think I got some medium underneath that little piece there, so hopefully you'll be more careful than I was. I'll probably end up covering it up with something, or just, I don't know, we'll see how it looks in a second. Yeah, I did get it under. I'm not going to worry too much about it. We'll figure it out. So we'll let this dry and come back. The creative medium is now dry, and I added a layer behind it. This is Indigo Island. It's a Stampin' Up color, and then I used the same ink color to stamp my greeting. I punched it out with some Casual Fridays dies, added a few stars, and then I have another little layer here that has just a texture background from Little Inker. And if you want to see all the details and close-ups of this card, be sure to head over to catherinepuller.com. I will include the link here so that you can go straight to this blog post. I'm so happy you were here with me today. Hope you're inspired. Give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and head over to my blog to check out all the details on this card. I will see you again very soon.